Thanks everybody for being here this afternoon with us. We have our Mayor Owens, with us today, who will give a briefing related to measures the city's taking to address the heat. Also with me, members of our adult and long-term care team, Commissioner Joanne Spotto-Decker, Rebecca Schultz from our health department, Brian Kelly from our parks department, and we have Commissioner Dan Weirs of emergency management. Certainly we are going through a period of prolonged heat, temperatures reaching the 90s with indexes in heat going potentially as close to 100 degrees over the next few years. Overnight temperatures will remain years, thank you, years. Global warming, we're getting the reverse of global warming. You know, you hated snow, now we're gonna give you years worth of 100-degree heat. Overnight temperatures are gonna remain unusually warm, giving bodies little time to recover. This won't be one day, again, this is multiple days of sustained high heat. Prolonged heat increases the risk of illness for people of all ages, not only those who work outdoors. County agencies are working closely to ensure resources, cooling options, and public messaging is aligned, so I want to thank our members of the media for your help and your role in that. The individuals most at risk are seniors, infants and young children, pregnant individuals, people with chronic medical conditions or on medications affecting hydration or temperature regulation, outdoor workers, athletes, individuals engaged in strenuous activity, those without access to air conditioning, and individuals who are experiencing homelessness or that are living alone. Key safety guidance for residents. Some of this seems like common sense, but we'll go through this. Obviously, we want people to stay cool. Please use air-conditioned spaces whenever possible. Stay hydrated. Drink water consistently throughout the day. Avoid alcohol and sugary drinks and excess caffeine. Dress smart. This is to my daughter Madeline. Wear light clothing, not sweatshirts and sweatpants. Light colored clothing. Obviously, the darker the color, the more it attracts the sun and the heat. Plan around the heat. Avoid strenuous outdoor activities during peak hours of 11 to 4 p.m. Keep your home as cool as possible. Close your blinds, your shades during the day. Never leave anyone in a vehicle, children, adults, or pets. Check in on neighbors and family and friends, especially older adults and our seniors who may be living alone. Some of the warning signs of heat illness are as follows: heat exhaustion, heavy sweating, dizziness, nausea, or headaches, weakness or fatigue, cool, clammy, or pale skin. Certainly, if you're experiencing these symptoms, we encourage you to move to a cool place to hydrate and to rest. Heat stroke, please call 911 immediately. Body temperature over 103 degrees Fahrenheit, confusion or altered mental state, hot, red, dry skin, loss of consciousness or seizures. Pet safety. Keep pets in cool, well-ventilated spaces indoors. Ensure constant access to fresh water. Limit exercise to early morning or evening. Avoid hot pavement. If it's too hot for your hand, it's too hot for their paws. Never leave pets in vehicles. Watch for heavy panting, drooling, vomiting. Seek emergency veterinary care if symptoms do appear. Here are some of the cooling centers and local resources that we have in the community. Residents without air conditioning are encouraged to visit our public libraries, community centers, senior centers, or shopping malls, Destiny USA being one of them, a designated cooling center. The mayor will talk about the city of Syracuse here shortly. Updated cooling center locations and transit options are available on the Onondaga County website. Our adult and long-term care team has contacted all 22 senior centers. All are open and are prepared to extend hours as necessary. All centers have air conditioning and have received heat safety materials. Case managers are now working and contacting homebound and vulnerable adults today and will follow up tomorrow on July 1st to ensure continued safety. Adult and Protective Services is reaching out to clients lacking cooling resources and providing center information. 14 senior centers offer our adult long-term care centers supported lunch programs. Details on those lunch programs are available at you can call 435-2362, or you can go to our county website, onondaga.gov/adult. Certainly, extreme heat affects everyone, and protecting the most vulnerable residents requires everyone to be aware and looking out for our neighbors. Please check in on neighbors. Employers, please look at your workforce and look at what's going on to make sure they're following best practices. Key contacts, certainly our health department, our adult long-term care department, 211 for local assistance, HEAP for cooling assistance at the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance, New York State Cooling Center Finder, the Onondaga County Hot Weather Resources, which is on our website, and certainly please continue to watch the National Weather Services for continued guidance related to temperature. Saying that, I want to have Mayor Owens talk about some of the things the city are doing, then we can take some questions. Mayor?
Thank you, County Exec. Yes, please, everyone, be careful. We have waited a long, cold winter for it to get warm, but don't take this warning for granted, and make sure that we're taking care of each other. The city of Syracuse will be opening 2 cooling centers. Both will operate from 12 to 8 p.m. One is the Cecil Community Center at 175 West Seneca Parkway, and the other is the Magnarelli Community Center at 2308 Grant Boulevard. And they both, again, will be open from 12 to 8 o'clock during the extreme winter watch. So that will be June 30th and be in effect as of July 1st. City operations are not, we are not open on the 3rd in observance of the 4th of July holiday. The skating rink, which is a hit, we will not be passing out skates. Don't want people skating in this heat. So please take advantage of our pools and our splash pads. Every pool is open, every splash pad is open for you to really take advantage of the comfort that they bring. So please be careful, those cooling centers. And as the county exec mentioned, if you have questions, particularly for seniors, please reach out to the county's Office of Aging. Again, that number is 315-435-2362. We have gone from weather extremes, and so please do not take for granted that a heat advisory is very real, and protect yourselves. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor. In addition to that, we are going to keep our beaches at Jamesville Beach and Oneida Shores open longer. I believe that's what that, 12 to 7. So we'll do that. So far, we've had a successful season at both parks, so certainly that's a way for families to go and cool down. Questions?
So just because of the 22 senior centers?
Yep. So the 22 senior centers are all designated cooling sites throughout the community.
So what will that mean? Do they have extra?
Yeah, that means they're open, and certainly based off of demand, there will be extended hours as well at those facilities. So essentially, many of these senior centers have a clientele that goes there for other community members. Certainly, if you need to cool off, whether it's the senior center, whether it's Magnarelli, whether it's Cecil, whether you're out in Elbridge, whether it's any of our other locations.
They can just get a listing on the county website?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then for the city, the cooling, are there a list where those are?
We will make sure that that is up on our parks page.
They're called cooling pads?
Cooling centers. So the buildings will be open from 12 to 8. Magnarelli Center, Cecil Center, for people
Those are
to.
part of 22 for the county?
Yep.
Yes.
What about the cooling pads you mentioned? Is there
I did not.
Splash pad?
Splash pads. Yeah, it's part of our parks pool system. So all of those are operational to encourage people not to try to go to the skating rink and the heat advisory. Go to the pools, yes.
Are there any other services available at the cooling centers besides, you know, a cool place to sit? Are there some of them, you know, are they congregate feeding sites?
Yeah, 12 of them, I believe, serve lunch as well already. And so certainly we will track and communicate with them to see if they have additional uptake in that service. But essentially, right now, our goal is just to educate the public. It's going to be hot, and you know, you got to probably slow down a little bit, and especially look out for the vulnerable, our seniors, our young people, you know, pets. You know, be smart, right? You know, some of the stuff's common sense that, you know, for many, but just reminding that, and don't overextend yourself over the next week. You know, preparing for the 250th, right?
Yeah. Some work sites are pretty warm places to work, factories and so forth. Do you have specific guidance as to when you would have, say, urge them to maybe shut down for a period of time? Or, I mean, is there specific guidance, or are you just asking them to keep an eye out?
Yeah, right now we're asking the employers to be cognizant of the weather that we're going through, and to offer your employees, you know, a safe place to work and to make sure that they are hydrated. Certainly, if there are situations where, you know, that is not happening, I'm sure we will learn about that, and then we'll deal with that on a case-by-case basis.
What about city and county work crews? They're out of this too. I mean, are you pulling
Yeah,
back at all?
we'll communicate with our teams and make sure. I think some of the work, you know that you do this time of year, infrastructure work. You know, I think some of that, depending on the circumstances, you know, could be delayed a day or two.
Any idea how long you think this heat dome is? How long do you think we're going to be in this kind of situation where there are alerts necessary?
Right now, it looks like for the next 72 hours or so, but certainly it's summertime. You know, normally you get a hot day and you get a little relief. Right now, we got 3 or 4 or 5 maybe in a row, and with that comes other weather challenges too, right? So, could be storms, could be serious storms that we've been watching, and certainly we got a concert tonight, right, at Godsmack out at the Amp. So, we're watching weather and patterns, and certainly we're gonna, you know, try to encourage people to stay correctly hydrated at the amphitheater. We've already warned people, you know, salty drinks, caffeine, and alcohol may bring on symptoms faster.
Just one more time, 22 cooling centers?
So there's 22 senior centers that qualify as cooling centers, but in addition to that, we have our libraries. Certainly, we work with the team at Destiny USA. I'm sure they won't mind if people want to go and walk around the mall and enjoy the air-conditioned unit. But we work with shopping centers as well as, you know, different community centers and then senior centers.
Any updates with transportation as far as like getting to these cooling centers? Anything with Centro to any kind of relief there with transportation?
Yeah, we don't have any dedicated, you know, transportation options related to getting there. Certainly, we have programs for our seniors, Go Grandparent, and others that allow seniors to get places. And so certainly, we would hope that they would take advantage of that. And obviously, our hope is most little ones have an adult and a parent that can make sure they can get to the right places to remain cool.
And for the roller rink, when can we expect that to be rolling again with as far as rentals go?
As far as the skates rolling again, fully operational on Monday. Again, anyone who has their own skates it's a park, so they can go out and skate. But I really caution people not to be out there skating during this heat advisory.
Other questions? Just want to thank our team members again. You're seeing different departments that all have play a role in the response, and want to again thank our mayor, who's been a tremendous partner with us. And so, some warm weather, but we'll get through it.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.